U.S. naval firepower coming to the Korean region, joining the USS Ronald Reagan aircraft carrier, now in port in South Korea, the USS Theodore Roosevelt carrier strike group. That includes a guided missile cruiser as well as destroyers. It's the first time that two carriers have been off of Korea since June. It comes at, of course, at a heightened time of tension between North Korea and the regional allies. According to the military brass today, meeting on the Ronald Reagan, these exercises are a strong warning to North Korea. And yes, that missile threat from North Korea being addressed in an aggressive fashion in exercises today off of Korea. Ships from the United States, South Korea, and Japan practicing spotting North Korean missiles as they come off of the North Korean coastline, just in case of further provocations, Bill.
Greg, you know, what more is Secretary Mattis saying on his trip around that region that is so important?
This is an important it's a very important, Bill, warm-up trip for the President Trump Asia tour next month. He is now meeting with his defense colleagues in the Philippines. Some strong words actually coming from the new defense minister of South Korea. He says, and I'm quoting here, that the reckless provocations of North Korea must halt. It is leading that country into isolation and collapse. Again, Secretary Mattis goes on to Thailand and South Korea, and coming up next month, the 5-country Asia tour by President Trump. North Korea absolutely at the top of the agenda on most of the talks that he will be involved with.
The defense chiefs of Seoul, Washington, and Tokyo agreed to coordinate efforts to resolve North Korea issues using not only pressure but diplomacy. They also vowed to maintain a high state of readiness against any further provocations from Pyongyang through continued combined exercises. Highlights from the tripartite meeting.
South Korea, the U.S., and Japan have kicked off their joint ballistic missile warning and anti-submarine warfare drills on Tuesday. The training includes missile detection and tracking exercises to enhance defense capabilities against possible missile launches from North Korea. The 2-day drills, carried out in the waters off the Korean peninsula in Japan, are the 5th of their kind. On Monday, Seoul's Defense Minister Song Young-moo and his U.S. and Japanese counterparts, James Mattis and Itsunori Onodera, reaffirmed the need to up their military preparation by continuing to hold joint military drills against Pyongyang's growing provocations. The three met on the sidelines of the ASEAN Security Forum in the Philippines and committed to supporting trilateral efforts to tackle the North through maximum pressure. Song added that South Korea is still prioritizing a peaceful solution, but if Pyongyang were to use military force on its country, Seoul would have no choice but to take strong action. Tokyo's defense minister, however, endorsed Washington's view to consider all options on the table for dealing with the North's recent threats.
Korea is continuing to verbally lash out against the United States, suggesting this time that it's the victim in the crisis. The Director General of the North American Department of the North's Foreign Ministry argues that the U.S. is the only one stopping Pyongyang from developing nuclear arms, and the regime has no interest in starting a nuclear war. Addressing a non-proliferation conference in Moscow on Monday, Choi Sun-hee is reported to have reiterated that while her country pursues peace, it's ready to deal with Washington's actions if necessary. The North Korean diplomat has previously delivered strong remarks, saying the regime will respond to fire with fire and that North Korea's nuclear deterrence is a matter of life and death for the regime.